Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. How to avoid being under the spell of a beautiful Filipina. I have a YouTube video called something like When You're in Love with a Beautiful Filipina. There was a song back in the 70s, Dr. Hook and the Medicine Machine, I think, something like that. Medicine show, I don't know. Anyway, when you're in love with a beautiful woman, it does pose some problems. And what I'm talking about here today is, let's say you haven't even met yet, but you started this online relationship with a woman from the Philippines, as I did back about 7 years ago, who I thought was attractive, and we got married. We got married in 56 days, 54 days, I think it was now. So was I smitten, bedazzled, bewitched? Well, no. I went into it with the intention I was going to get married to somebody that I could get married to. It has to go both ways. And I have, seen other guys fall for these beautiful women, and they probably don't think they're as beautiful as we do because there's so many of them in the Philippines. But I've seen, where the guy should obviously move on, but he can't because the woman is so sexy. She's everything he fantasizes about. And she's thousands of miles away, but talking to him, hopefully, video cam. And, he's thinking about going over and visiting her, but it's a big move. It's a big step. And Filipinas, or any woman anywhere that's really, really attractive, can cast a spell over a guy and make him just not think right. So what can be done about that? We all want somebody to marry that we're attractive, and we're, lot likely to go thousands of miles away and marry somebody that we aren't attracted to. And a man can get a younger wife in the Philippines, but, he has to be careful he doesn't let her beauty go to his mind to the point that he's irrational. So one thing I would suggest is find somebody to share your relationship with. Could be, a best friend, best male friend. I suppose it could be a woman if she knows you real well, but somebody that you open up to, like a pastor, and say, here she is, here's her photo. Maybe some of our conversations, just so you have some accountability, because when you fall for her, she's going to have a great power over you because you're a man and she's a woman that you're attracted to. And she can wrap you around her finger very quickly, and you may not know it. If other people see it, it helps if they have the opportunity to talk to you about what's going on and challenge you if they think you're being unrealistic and you're just not seeing some things. So get somebody else involved with your relationship with her that knows you. Of course, don't send money. It's really silly because she doesn't need your money. She needs it in a sense, but you're talking about somebody that you're trying to marry, so you don't want to buy a wife and wow her with the money that you have. She would rather you think that she can take care of herself. That's a better Filipina to marry. So make sure that you're not sending her any money. That's just going to lock you into her and keep that spell going even stronger. You really must learn to ask the hard questions. Hard questions. That reminds me, I have a list of questions, 4 sets of many questions for different stages of a long distance relationship with a Filipina. On my website, lvbts.com, short for Love Beyond the Sea. It's in that Linktree link up above if you copy and paste that. And it'll help you at different stages. One of them is right off the bat. Just get to know them, ask conversation questions, and then also to get them to know them a little bit better, if it seems like there's something there. And then another set for, I think I'm about to propose to this person. Then some harder questions to ask. And the reason I say they're harder is because if you're smitten by someone, you might not want to know that they're not a good person for you to marry. And if you have the guts to ask these questions, and she's going to stick around to answer them, and you still think, well, hey, I think this isn't just about my infatuation for her looks or her beauty. I think this person could make me a good wife. That's another point. Be serious. Look for a wife. If you're just looking for, I don't know, a girlfriend, somebody to brag to your friends about, then you're probably never going to see things clearly. You've got to see clearly. Ask the hard questions. Take a look at those lists and you'll know what I mean. lvbts.com up at the top under I think it's called a resource tab. And get other people involved. Think about things that really are going to carry that marriage, like her character. Ask questions to reveal her character. Find out where her heart is. Find out how she treats other people. Well, you'll probably have to be there to observe it yourself. How she treats her family, how she treats her friends, how she treats the neighbors, how she treats people that seemingly insignificant in her life. That's a real good thing to kind of get a gauge on before you would marry her, if you possibly can. And talk about marriage, talk to her about what commitment means to her. But talk. Let me know what you think about this, because I don't want to take up a whole lot of time here, but we're talking about beautiful women, men being smitten by them, spellbound. Have you known anybody like that? Have you had to try to talk to somebody that's obviously in love, so to speak? They're in lust with her because she's so beautiful, and they can't think straight, and you can see them making a big mistake in their life if they were to continue with this person. Let me know. I'd like to know your thoughts on that. Those are just my thoughts, because it's very easy to find the first really attractive Filipina that will give you the time of day and fall for her and think you've got something going that you really don't. She could be even scamming you. If you end up sending her money, then she knows she's got you in the palm of her hand. So another reason not to give a beautiful Filipina money. But be marriage-minded and look for somebody that wants to get married, wants to be in it for the long term. And that's about all the time I can give this topic today. So in the comments section, have you been smitten by a beautiful Filipina and temporarily lost your mind? Do you know somebody else that has? Let me know in the comments below here on Love Beyond the Sea.